What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and today we have reports that Liverpool have contacted and are in talks with the representative of Celta Vigo's homegrown talent Gabri Veiga, who is on Liverpool's radar. He might not be as high profile of a name as Kefren Turam or Manu Kone or other midfielders that Liverpool are chasing, but he is as talented or even a bigger talent than those players, and he is a really fantastic attacking player, and we will take a look at who he is, how he plays, and how he could fit in to the Liverpool playing style in this video. So if you are excited about this news, and we will take a look at what the reports are saying, what the journalists are saying, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news updates. And according to Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool have been in contact with Gabri Veiga's representative, and also Liverpool have submitted an inquiry to Celta Vigo for the 21-year-old who is a homegrown talent at Celta Vigo, but he is now too much of a talent to stay at Celta Vigo, and he pretty much announced himself to the world of football in the last game of the La Liga season, where he scored both goals where Celta Vigo beat Barcelona 2-1. And Florian Plettenberg also shared a significant update, tweeting, "Gabri Veiga is ready for the next step now. He will leave Celta Vigo. His management is considering many options as he could become a future top player in the center of midfield. Contact and talks with Liverpool, Chelsea and other clubs. Release clause of around 40 million euros confirmed. Bayern Munich is not involved. They are not interested." So that's around 35 million pounds. That's in this market, in today's transfer market, that's not a huge amount of money, and Liverpool can more than afford to pay that. Of course, Gabri Veiga is attending the Euro Under-21 Championship with the Spanish Under-21 squad, and he's focusing on that at the moment. And I think now that Gabri Veiga is leaving Celta Vigo, he is really a player that I want Liverpool to sign, and I will tell you guys why, because we will have a detailed scout report on him in this video. But the fact that many other clubs are interested in him of course makes this difficult. And if you watch the La Liga regularly, this kid Gabri Veiga is a gem. He has a really good blend of pace, technique, bravery, work rate, natural talent, and he is a hell of a finisher as well. 10 goals from midfield in a pretty weak Celta Vigo side as a 21-year-old in La Liga. I can't stress that enough, how amazing that of an achievement that is. He pretty much single-handedly kept Celta Vigo up. Most of his goals were really crucial goals. And he played for Celta Vigo how Liverpool wished Harvey Elliott played like. Because scoring goals, getting assists, running up and down the pitch. Harvey Elliott is also scored some goals, but not 10 goals in the Premier League in a whole season. So I really want this guy. And also, because his release clause is pretty low, 40 million euros, that's 35 million pounds. For a big talent like Gabri Veiga, that's not a lot of money. Plus, he won't take up a homegrown slot because he's only 21 years old. That's absolutely brilliant as well. So one more reason for Liverpool to try to sign him. And it looks like recent reports are saying that Chelsea have fully entered the race with Mauricio Pochettino, who probably watches La Liga a lot, and he knows what a talent Gabri Veiga is as well. And Celta Vigo's president Carlos Mourinho indicated in March that they would not negotiate any transfer fee for Celta Vigo. They can refer the clubs to their release clause, so either pay the release clause in full or forget about signing Gabri Veiga. And because he's such a big talent, I can understand their position fully. But of course, Celta Vigo are in a very precarious financial position. If they sell Gabri Veiga, they can raise their salary cap, salary limit, which is very strict in La Liga. You know, the biggest problem Barcelona had. They had to let Messi go, their biggest legend in Barcelona's history, and they had to let Messi leave Barcelona because they couldn't fit his wages into the salary limit. So that's a very big problem for La Liga clubs, and of course selling a big talent for big money makes it a lot easier easier to register new players. And Gabri Veiga in spring has changed his agent to Pini Zahavi, one of the best known agents on the international football scene. And from that very moment, his agent's phone, has not stopped ringing. Many teams have been interested in the player. Newcastle, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. I mean, even Barcelona and Real Madrid had reports of him since his time in the youth team, but they have not made a move, or they are not expected to make a move for him. But Veiga is currently concentrating on the Spanish under-21 team, but Liverpool and Chelsea are the two teams that have taken the most steps to try to convince them. Jurgen Klopp and Pochettino have played their cards, and now everything depends on their clubs paying the 40 million euros of a release clause. Imagine you are a 21-year-old player, your boyhood club, Celta Vigo, where you have grown up to become a professional player. You need to win the last game on the last day of the season against Barcelona, and you score the 2 goals to keep Celta Vigo up, your boyhood club, against Barcelona. That's the kind of fairy tales. And Gabri Veiga was like almost in tears celebrating those goals, because that was a historic win, single-handedly beating Barcelona, one of the biggest teams in the world. When his team, his boyhood club, needed him the most, Gabri Veiga stepped up and delivered. And I mean, that is absolutely brilliant. Veiga's attacking potential is abundantly clear for all to see. There are of course limitations to his game, but few young midfielders in world football can barge their way through to goal like him. 11 goals and 4 assists in his first full season in the Celta Vigo team is nothing short of remarkable and spectacular for just a 21-year-old midfielder playing in one of the strongest leagues in the world, La Liga. I think behind the Premier League, the La Liga is definitely the strongest league. He is fearless, tenacious, and blissfully untroubled by the prospect of losing the ball. Of course, he's not muscular, big, physical, and those are the kind of midfielders that Liverpool need. Do Liverpool need 2 attacking midfielders? I think if we could sign Gabri Veiga and McAllister and a proper out-and-out defensive midfielder like Manu Kone, I think we would be really, really fine, because we still have Fabinho, we still have Bajcetic, we have Henderson who could play defensive midfielder, and usually we can play with 1 or 2 defensive midfielders. So signing Manu Kone and playing him alongside Fabinho would give the back 4 enough protection, so then the forward players can really attack the opposition. I mean, imagine that we play Gabri Veiga in the middle or on the left, Darwin Núñez up front, or Diogo Jota up front, or Gakpo up front. We have Salah on the right, maybe like Gakpo or Darwin Núñez on the left, and then Gabri Veiga in the middle, roaming up and down the pitch. Direct dribbler, that's what Gabri Veiga is. He often picks the ball up in his own half and before driving through the heart of the midfield and into dangerous areas. For a side really devoid of attacking confidence towards the end, his conviction was critical in dragging Celta Vigo out of their slump. His contribution throughout the season, I mean 11 goals, 4 assists for a really struggling team who barely avoid the relegation on the last day of the season, is really, really stunning. So often he's very clinical in the final action. There is nothing Gabri Veiga relishes more than finishing off the chances that his incisive runs create, which is really, really outstanding. What stands out most about Gabri Veiga's dribbling, however, is his clarity of thought. He averaged 41.7 touches per 90 minutes, a rate that leaves him in the bottom 7% of all midfielders in Europe's Big 5 leagues. For touches in the opposition area, however, he's in the top 11%. Focusing on carries at 25.7 carries per game, he sits in the bottom 17% for midfielders, but for progressive carries and successful take-ons, he ranks in the top 12%. And he doesn't attempt a lot of passes. Usually he gets the ball and tries to drive forward, so he's a very direct player. And he's a very particular kind of player as well. If you can build a picture of him in your mind based on what I'm saying about his playing style. Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool recruitment team needs to analyze, can Gabri Veiga fit well into Liverpool's very particular playing style? I think that's the biggest question. But if you provide cover for Gabri Veiga, it opens up spaces for him on the counter and he can move the ball up the right channel. His ability to drag his team into positive areas will take over. The big question, will Gabri Veiga struggle against low block teams? Because Liverpool usually dominate possession and they don't have a lot of space to counter-attack. Only against maybe the big teams where they attack Liverpool will we have enough space for counter-attacks. Another huge strength of Veiga's is his shooting ability. He's able to generate power and pinpoint precision with both feet. He can shoot and score with both feet. The big question is, will Gabri Veiga relish playing for Liverpool at this young age in a new country, new league, and Liverpool dominating possession against a lot of teams playing low block? But of course, being 21 years old, we can ease him into the team. He doesn't have to start every game. But he's such a big talent. For 35 million, it's very tempting for Liverpool to move for him. 50% of Veiga's shots came from outside of the box, which is really stunning and pretty surprising as well. With a rate of 2.4 shots per game at an average distance of 21 yards. So that shows a confident player who trusts his ball striking ability and he's not shy, he's not afraid to shoot even from long distances. No player in the La Liga Championship scored more goals than Gabri Veiga from outside of the penalty area. 4 goals to be precise, which is really impressive. He was also the biggest overperformer of his expected goals, XG, scoring 4.9 more than the quality of his chances would suggest. Because yeah, shooting from long range, usually you don't get a high XG for that. But Gabri Veiga scoring 4 goals from outside of the box, it definitely overperformed his XG. Liverpool are one of those clubs with a long-standing interest in Gabri Veiga, having watched him on multiple occasions for the under-19s and B team before playing for the first team. And I mean, Liverpool were tracking Stefan Bajcetic in the age groups below Gabri Veiga at Celta Vigo, so they usually took notice of Gabri Veiga at Celta as well. So Gabri Veiga plays a very quick, very direct, very optimistic football style. That's the kind of player he is. Can he fit into the Liverpool playing style? Definitely. The big question is, what kind of transfer strategy does Liverpool have in place? Do Liverpool have in place? Because, for example, recent news, Rafa Benitez is set to become the new Celta Vigo manager. Rafa Benitez was linked to jobs of West Ham United and Leicester last season, but now he will return to his home country, Spain. And I mean, even though Carlos Carvajal kept Celta Vigo up, they parted ways with mutual consent, so Celta Vigo were searching for a new manager. And I mean, Rafa Benitez is not really a top manager anymore, but I think Celta Vigo would be a decent club for him. The question is, will he get enough funds to strengthen the team? I think Celta Vigo need to sell one of their big talents. Gabri Veiga at £35 million would be definitely helpful for Celta Vigo to help them raise their salary limits and also to help them sign some players. That's going to be very interesting whether Liverpool move for Gabri Veiga. But the fact that we have been talking to his representatives and talking to Celta Vigo about can we maybe structure a deal where we pay the release clause in installments is very interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.